So I'm lucky enough to be in Tobago at the moment, filming some really exotic birds. I mean, the stars of all those, the ones I really want to see, the ones that I love, are the hummingbirds. The natural habitat of the hummingbirds and these birds is obviously way out here in the rainforest, or at least the tropical forest here, which is an incredible place to go looking for birds, but it's so much more difficult. They've got a heart rate that can go to like 1,000 a minute. They can do 70 to 200 wing beats a second. That's just mind-blowing. And so some of these birds that I can hear now are so high up I probably couldn't even see them even if I had binoculars, which means that when you do want to see something like the hummingbird, going somewhere where they feed them just makes life so much easier. So I'm actually lucky enough to be in Tobago looking for one of my favourite birds, the hummingbird. And obviously there's lots of other tropical wildlife around here because it's in the tropics and the Caribbean, so it's very lush. But the bird that really, really excites me is the hummingbird. Always has. I've always been fascinated by it. And I think anyone who likes birds is just fascinated by this extreme end of what birds can evolve into. So you've got this tiny, tiny little bird that can beat its wings up to 200 times a second. That's heart rate is incredible, and it's rocket fueled and lives on sugar, basically. Seeing them, I mean, it takes a bit of a time to get your eye in, and I'm looking at these ones around the hotel first because I'm just getting my eye in and just, well, being fascinated by them, really. I hope you can see that I'm trying to capture, they actually change colour when you're looking at them. So when you're looking at one, it looks dark or almost black or dark green, and then it turns to face you and it's orange, pink, red, and it all happens in the blink of an eye, and you're not quite sure what colour it is. It's incredible. And when I was taking some photos of them, with, you know, the very fast, like photo one after the other, every one comes out a different colour and it's the same bird. Absolutely mesmerising. But everything about hummingbirds is mesmerising. They can fly backwards, they can live for 10 years, they can migrate. They've got a really surprisingly large brain for the size they are, and they remember how long it takes for each flower to refill with nectar. So they'll go somewhere to a bunch of flowers like these, and then if you wait an hour or so, they'll be back because they know they've emptied them and the nectar will be refilled. So you can get your eye in to seeing actually where they're going to be and know kind of, you know, a bit of their habit. The other thing about their habit is they're incredibly territorial as well. So if another male comes into the territory, then they buzz around at incredible speed. They can do 30 miles an hour just buzzing around. The reason that I'm not looking for them in the rainforest and in the undergrowth is because somewhere like this, even though it's really, really lush, is actually quite dark. And out in the open, around a hotel, flower beds, tropical gardens, perfect place to see them. And because they move so quick, they don't seem to have much fear of people because we must look like we're moving in slow motion. And it's a good opportunity to see the other birds that are kind of synonymous with Tobago and the Caribbean, like this mot-mot. And the seabirds as well, which are brilliant, the pelicans. So you've got pelicans literally just on the beach, and then a little bit inland, only a few meters, and you've got the hummingbirds in the roosting in the palm trees and coming down to the flowers to feed. So when you're looking at each individual bird, they're there in a second, and then they buzz around, they're almost the size of a moth, and they kind of buzz around a bunch of flowers, and then they're off, and then they're kind of off to the next bunch. But I always think when you go looking for wildlife or you arrive somewhere new, the first port of call is to look around where actually you are. So if you're in a hotel, if they've got gardens, if there's nice woodland nearby, go there before you go kind of exploring elsewhere. I always find that gets my eye in with what's in the area. So I've made this hummingbird video in two parts. Firstly was this part, which is looking at them around the gardens and everything, but my next video I hope you're really going to enjoy. I'm going to a place where they actually feed hummingbirds and you can see all the species, and I'm hoping to be able to get a really close-up look at them. So thank you for watching this, and watch the next one. Thank you.